Hey, it's Curtis Sliwa here, if you didn't know, from the Red Beret. And you're watching Comedy Matters here with a guy who used to be my dentist, now one of the funniest guys on earth, Jeffrey Gurian.
It's Jeffrey Gurian here, and it's a very special event. I'm at the WABC offices with a very dear friend at a very important occasion, the 40th anniversary of the Guardian Angels, and I'm here with the founder, Curtis Sliwa. Congratulations.
Oh, thanks, Jeff. And in fact, this is the man, when he was a dentist, he used to keep my pearly whites intact after they get busted out, busted jaws. This man would put it back together and keep me laughing.
We go back a very, very long way, and it's one of my proudest moments that I could say that I know you that long. You have an incredible story. 1979 in McDonald's is where it started. Is that correct?
Yeah, Mickey D's up in the Bronx, and I decided it was time to do something about all the crime in the subways and the streets. And I thought, gee, I was doing something good. I couldn't have been more hopelessly wrong, because all of the critics basably assumed we were vigilantes. We were taking the law into our own hands.
That. Yes, they were very against you in the beginning.
We were a gang. They couldn't have been more difficult to deal with. And in fact, I ended up getting locked up 76 times just for breathing air sometimes. So it made the first 13 years almost impossible to operate. But luckily for us, Rudy Giuliani was elected mayor in 1993, and he stopped all of that. And since then, we've been able to expand and work with the police all over the world.
Yeah, he's the mayor that really cleaned up the city. So it's amazing that it took that many years of perseverance on your part. Other people might have given up, but you don't let anything stand in your way. That's what's amazing about it.
I'm a student of history, and I realize that things change slowly, very incrementally, and they don't change because you want them to change. Now, technology, yes. You want a new iPhone, smartphone, boom, overnight. It's in your hands, technology. But not concepts, not the way people relate to one another. Sometimes it takes centuries to change. But I would say we've been on the fast track in getting people to understand it's self-help. Don't depend on government. You're always going to be disappointed, whether you like Obama or Trump. They never can deliver on everything they promise.
Mm-hmm. How did you get the other McDonald's employees to go along with you? Because it seems like some of the original people were here tonight, and you said that they had worked with you at McDonald's. What encouraged them to join you on this mission when nobody was doing this at the time?
Jeffrey, I brainwashed them. I'd pump them up with positive propaganda, which is something they weren't used to. And then I'd promise them a few bucks at the end of the night on Ray Kroc's time card. If they came out a few hours, I'd throw them a little bit of coin. So they came out, and they were the first wave. The people who joined afterwards were the true believers. They were the ones who were out there for the concept, and they came from all different areas to join. But the initial 13, I had to put the arm on them every night. I had to say, you like your job, don't you? Oh, yeah, I need my job. Well, you're coming to ride the trains with us, or else.
And I remember very clearly when you saved Restaurant Row on West 46th Street. Restaurant Row, for anybody who doesn't know, it was many restaurants, and they were in danger. A lot of them were going out of business. There was so much crime there, and you brought the Guardian Angels in, and I think they raised money to get you guys walkie-talkies. Am I remembering correctly?
Not only that, they defied the mayor at that time, Ed Koch. Ed Koch said to the owners of the restaurants on Restaurant Row, you bring the Guardian Angels in, and you will get no cops. And basically, guys like Joe Allen and some of the other top restaurateurs said, hey, not for nothing, Koch, you're not doing anything for us now. We got nothing to lose and everything to gain. So they invited us in, and we started to clean up Times Square. So much so, we were so effective, that it caused the publisher of the New York Times to start the very first BID, Business Improvement District. She said, we can't have a bunch of teenagers in sneakers doing public safety in Times Square, the gateway to the world. So we were able to actually help in the area by forcing others to do their job also.
Now, you've also overcome many physical problems, things that would have stopped many people. I visited you in the hospital when you were shot.
Yes.
That is the most incredible story. Not that I visited you, but the fact that you overcame that is unbelievable. How many times were you shot?
I was shot 5 times with hollow point bullets. But as tough as that was, Jeffrey, as tough as prostate cancer stage 4 was, where they take out that gland that controls so much of what a guy does, the worst. And that's why I empathize with the chosen people. The colitis, the ileitis, the Crohn's disease, the pain in my goiter. Do you know where my goiter is?
Goiter's usually here.
Whatever.
For you, it could be here.
Right.
Sliwanics.
Exactly.
A goiter could be wherever you want it to be.
The pain of Crohn's disease so intense. I'd rather get shot 5 times more with hollow point bullets than the Crohn's disease. It took me from 220 down to 140. And then they had them talking to me that if this operation doesn't work, you might consider comfort care. I said, comfort care? You mean hospice, Calvary Hospital? No, no, no. The Grim Reaper ain't getting me. Luckily, the operation worked. They re-hooked up all the plumbing.
And it was only a few months ago, and I have to. There's no wood around. I would knock wood.
Yeah.
You're a tower of strength. You're an amazing human being. To come back from that, I saw you shortly after the surgery. You looked weakened, but look at you now. It's amazing. Your recovery is incredible.
Well, as my wife Nancy, who rescues cats, has said, you're like a cat. You have 9 lives. I said, hey, you know, I've used up quite a few of them. Let's not go the whole 9 yards.
I told you a story recently. I don't know if you remembered that when I came to visit you in the hospital when you were shot that time, I took your mother out to lunch, and nobody knew. And there were death threats against you and your family, and all of a sudden your mother was missing. And the guardian angels were out looking for her, and she's out having lunch with me. And I walk in with her. You take my mother out to lunch from your hospital.
Right. No. My mother, she was wonderful. My inspiration along with my father. When they say, who are your role models? You know, I didn't look to the politicians. I didn't look to the leaders of the time or the baseball players or the basketball players or the football players. I had the 2 best role models you could possibly have at home. My father, who was a merchant seaman, and my wife, my mother, who was, you know, the caretaker of the family. Didn't get any better than that.
That's fantastic. And now you've been on WABC for, what did you say, 27 years that you've been here?
27 years, and at times the acronym WABC means to people always broadcasting Curtis, because you hear me morning, noon, and night.
With every disease. You've had everything.
Well, because I have had, and I've used a lot of these remedies.
Cancer therapy, hair transplants, no matter what it is, you've had it, and you do a commercial.
You know how they have a chart, you know, when they have the cow up there, and they indicate how each part of the cow is utilized in a particular process. That's what they use for me when they have a sales meeting. We were able to get him new hair. We were able to get him stem cell therapy for his shoulder, so he didn't have to have rotator cuff surgery.
It's unbelievable. There are so many stories that I have with you. We go back such a long way. But I have to say, it's always such an honor to see you. It's a privilege to know you. I truly feel that you should be the next mayor of New York City.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Jeffrey.
I think that you would be great in that, because you're a natural politician and people follow you, and you have a very good vision for what this city should be. And I just commend you, and I wish you another 40 years in good health.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate
Amazing. So, you know what I forgot to say? You remember when we did Oh Hello on Broadway?
Yes.
And they made me a jacket, an exact replica of the Guardian Angels jacket, but my jacket says Gurian Angels. and Nick Kroll and John Mulaney, who were big fans of yours, and Fred Armisen, who was so excited to meet you, the Saturday Night Live star. They didn't know that we were such good friends. I brought you to the show because they always referenced you in the show on Broadway. Yes. And I wore my Gurian Angels jacket, and you wore your Guardian Angels jacket.
You haven't quite gone global yet, have you?
No, not yet. I was thinking of making them up, actually.
It's it's nice Booker boys who have joined the Gurian Angels, right? You got to keep it away from the Gentiles.
Exactly. Anyway, great to see you. And again, I wish you so much luck.
Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate it.
Hey guys, thanks for watching Comedy Matters TV. To check out some of our other videos, click on the boxes on either side of me. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Not just for me, but for my parents.